Well, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because it's that time of the year again, and I'm outside because I'm going to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in Sydney, and I'm particularly excited about this edition of the festival because there's supposed to be one deck that I've been waiting for I don't even know how long, and I'm not entirely sure that they're actually going to sell it there. So I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited at the same time. So let's go. We're back, and spoiler alert, they had the deck. I could get it. I'm so happy. I think I played it well because I convinced myself that for whatever reason they would not have had this deck for sale today. I really played it safe. I was like, don't get your hopes up, it's not gonna be there, you're gonna have to order it via the website. If you can't find it in other shops, it means that it has not been distributed yet, so they won't probably have it because they want to go via a distributor first. And I think that it worked because I was so disinterested. I was really nervous, as I was telling you before. But by the time I got there, I was like, it's not going to be there, just get over it. It's not going to be there, you're not going to be able to buy it. It's okay, you can order it, it will come, it will take a couple of weeks, it's fine. And so I went to the Blue Angel stand. They actually have a stand thanks to Brumby State. So Brumby State is actually a distributor of the brand Blue Angel, both obviously Australians. And I would like to say, I know for a fact that the Bonestone and Earthflesh, the Reawakening Tarot by Avalon Cameron and Anna Torian, which is this one deck here, is not available yet in the US. I don't think they have sent off the distribution yet, but it will be available very soon. I don't know the exact date, but it will be very soon. It is, however, available here in Australia, not at resellers, because I did check a couple of them. Let's say reseller, when I talk about resellers, what I mean is, let's say, bookstores. So I haven't found it in a bookstore. I went to Kinokuniya and I went to Dmox and I couldn't find it there. I went to Big W. Sometimes they do keep these kind of decks in stock. It's not there. So I was really lucky to find it because Blue Angel had a stand at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in Sydney today. If you're in Sydney, the festival goes on until Sunday included, and they still had a fair bit of stock of this deck, so you might be able, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it. Having said that, as you can see, I've got a few things here, so I cannot wait to do an unboxing for you. But because I've been talking so much about this deck, how about we start with this one and we see. I have to work on my expectations. I really don't want to be disappointed, but that's a very strong word, because I really do love the art style, and so I don't really think that I'm going to be disappointed. But if I keep my hopes up, the risk is that it's going to be a perfectly great deck, but because I have my hopes high, then I'm going to be disappointed no matter what. So it is complicated, of course, but you guys have to understand that even though I do have the original indie edition of this deck, I know that there's a few changes that occurred. I follow Anatorian's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, anywhere she's on, I follow her. And I know that she was saying that there's a few changes. I don't know specifically which ones. But this is not going to be a side-by-side video. I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that are doing that. So I highly recommend you watch. You know, if you just Google it side by side, the indie edition with the mass market edition, it is going to be an unboxing of the mass market edition. That's it. So let's do this. Okay, I'm just going to unwrap it. I should not be so excited. I mean, I have the indie edition. Okay, so very heavy. Very sturdy, very heavy. It's a 2-part box, and you know, I don't know, there's a bit of an evolution that I think we can recognize into let's say the publishing patterns of Blue Angel, because they're moving on to more and more into tarot. Traditionally, Blue Angel was actually born out of Tony and Carmine Salerno and his wife, I believe. I don't know whether they were the founders, but let's say they really participated heavily into the creation of Blue Angel as a company. And they were specializing in Oracle decks. So they still do, let's say their production is probably 80% Oracle decks and 20% tarot decks. But lately we've had a few tarot decks released by them, and I can say that I'm very happy about the product quality. Obviously it depends on the deck and it doesn't resonate with everyone, and I completely understand that. But when it comes to quality of the actual product, I will have to say I'm quite happy. And I'm struggling to remove the top part of this box, but that's fine. It means that it's not going to be accidentally fall off or anything. And so yeah, this is very sturdy, as you can see. Very beautiful image on the front, and Blue Angel, Avalon Cameron, Anatorian, and there's something inside here. It says, "This is a world between worlds. A place of discovery, redemption, damnation, and self-realization. How will you weave your story?" I don't know. We'll see. So if you could see my desk right now, you probably think that I'm a messy Bessie, and you'd be right to think that, because I'm not. I have OCD, so when it comes to order, I'm really into order. But this month I'm embracing the mess, because I took out all of my scary decks, and I'm going to put so many videos about scary decks. Today it's just about the epic Tarot and Oracle decks haul that I could have at the Mind Body Spirit Festival, and also because we're talking about this deck. So this is the Guidebook. Honestly, it's not thin. I mean, hello. I mean, I know that, I don't know whether they did that to sell it. Let me just zoom in, because obviously we want to see it a bit properly. I don't know whether it was a marketing operation in saying, do not expect the Guidebook to be as chunky as the indie one. This feels really chunky. Now, it depends also on the font, but maybe it doesn't have all the information that we get in the indie one, but it looks pretty cool to me. So we got a foreword, a preface, and acknowledgements in the beginning. The secrets of Earthflesh, secrets of the Bonestone, building a relationship with the Bonestone, a Bonestone ritual. The Looking Glass, a selection of meaningful tarot spreads, and then conclusion from Earth's depth to Spirit's light. And then it goes over the cards, so major arcanas, and then it calls it, there's an additional one which is called the Bruja. Bruja is, it's, okay, so it is spelled with an X, as you can see here. It's technically, the Spanish word is spelled with a J, the Bruja, but I know that there's a few Spanish dialects that use the X. Well, Catalan use the X, but the sound is CH. Sorry, I'm just going off a tangent here. Let me just go to 144, page 144, because I just want to see whether they say something about the bruja. So it means witch. Sorry, it means witch. Brujeria, bruja, curandera, healer. Okay, the bruja urges daring, surrender, and authenticity, guiding you through change and self-improvement with divine insight. To benefit from her wisdom, let go of unnecessary patterns, embrace magic, and consider new divination practices or seek help from others. Okay, doesn't necessarily say... though she is mostly associated with cartomancy, the bruja is no stranger to divination through tea leaves, shells, bones, scrying, augury, runes, and many other forms that may be your calling. To receive, you must be willing to sacrifice. The bruja harnesses the energy of the divination tool and taps into the realms of the unseen to bring forth divine guidance. And now we've got reversed. The reversed meaning that we got the narrative. Maybe it says something here. Let me just quickly check. The bruja is a witch, a mystic and walker of worlds. She goes out to realms behind the veil, above, below, within, and without. She is in tune with the wild and unpredictable rhythms of the Earth Mother and the sacred realm of spirits. She can bend the elements to her will and persuade the ancestors for assistance in times of struggle. She whispers her magical secrets to the trees and listens to the soft voices of flowing waters. The raven and dragonfly are her friends, and she dances with the flames of the cauldron fire. Spirit flows through every fiber of her mind, body, and spirit, her flesh of the earth, her bones of sacred stone. And then it just goes on. It's a really beautiful description. So correspondence, there is an astrological correspondence to Scorpio and Saturn. Okay, well, we do talk about water, so I do see that as belonging to Scorpio. Numerology is number 23 and number 5, and there's also journaling prompts such as, what have you been unwilling to surrender that could lead to exponential growth? How do you feel about trusting the universe or the divine to guide you to where you need to be? And what areas of your life could use a little magic? All of them, of course. So I honestly don't remember whether the Bruja was a card that was also in the indie edition. It doesn't ring any bells, but then again, I don't use that deck. I'm so scared of ruining it. I don't use it. I keep it there. It's a collectible item. This is a mass market deck. It's still available, just came out. So if I want to use that deck for a divination, I will definitely use this version, which is a mass market one, and it's not gonna break my heart if I ruin it, because I don't know if you guys remember, I've been very transparent in how much I spent for the indie edition. It was $444 US plus shipping. So I'm really not willing to ruin a deck that most likely was the deck I spent the most money on ever since I started collecting. No, I'm not gonna ruin it. So I'm very happy to have the mass market edition. Let's have a look here. So it comes obviously with the ribbon. It's always, and it's sturdy, by the way. This is sturdy, no worries about shipping problems and stuff like that. I am surrounded by chaos, so much so that I don't even know where to put the boxes now, because there's no room anywhere. I'll find room, it's okay. So belly band, and let's do this. Whoops. Let me see, I might actually zoom in even further. Junko, the Fool. Okay. The grey one, the Magician. So I read something about this card. Originally, the person depicted or inspiring the depiction of the magician was Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, as in the actor that played Gandalf, Ian McKellen in the trilogy. And when I look at this card, it's a different one. And I remember reading, I think that this is Avalon's dad. I might be wrong. I seem to remember she posted something on Instagram. This is Avalon's dad. Beautiful, beautiful. Hold the High Priestess. Lady of Leaves is the Empress. Borgir Wraith, the Emperor. Look at the art style. And the grandmother is the Hierophant. Sky and Earth, the lovers. Sky for the air and earth. My husband is an earth sign. I'm an air sign. That's pretty cool. Chariots, the traveler with the chariot. I have this print. Very happy. Adia, the strength. Agaphia, the hermit. Look how beautiful this is. And the weavers with the wheel of fortune, of course. The warrior and the veiled one with justice. Wow. Odin, All-Father. Loving the reference to the 9 nights and 9 days in which Odin voluntarily was, hanging from a tree, really. The Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life and wisdom. And it's at the end of this sacrifice. He has been given by the gods. He's been given the gift of wisdom through the use of the runes. So that's really interesting. There you go, you got the runes here. Cool, I didn't notice them. I hadn't noticed them before. The Fallen Warrior with Death. This is such an amazing card. The Hourglass with Temperance. The Devil. I'm very happy to see that the Devil is the same as the Indie edition, because I think it's a very beautiful representation of the Devil. If not entirely symbolical. But it is very beautiful. But the thing with Medusa, it's mostly about discipline. Don't look at her. You don't turn into stone if you don't look at her. How hard it is. I was reading a book, a horror book, obviously, because it's me. Let's face it, that's all I read. Now I do read, mostly horror. So there was a scene. I'm not going to tell you the title of the book. There is someone who is not supposed to look at a computer, and she knows that she's not supposed to look. She knows she's not supposed to look, and she looks anyway. I think it's a very common trope, as in tell a kid not to do something, the kid would just do that, exactly the one thing you tell them not to do. So, but Medusa for me is like the Gorgon. For me, it's like, that you're not supposed to do it, and yet that taboo exercises such a level of longing, and it's very sensual and seductive to you, so much so that you actually do it. You end up doing it anyway. The Mighty Oak with the Tower, and 2 Egos with the Star card, which is the same as the Indie. The Chaos with the Moon, same. The Wild Solar Dance with the Sun. She Who Is Unnamed with Judgment. Oof. And the Oak Guardian with the World. So I like it because obviously we started with the Fool entering the Oak. Do you see that? And the World is the completion of the journeys, the hero's journey throughout the major arcanas. And so it means that they completed a journey. They're ready to, start another one, really. But for now, they're going out. By the way, I did not point out that these are the backs. I really like them. I'm not going to say if I liked more the Indie one. You know what? I'm going to restrain myself today. And you know why? Oh, look at that. Swords. Quill. Loving that. I'm not going to make any kind of comparison because the other deck is A, super hard to find, B, overpriced. I mean, okay, it's wrong for me to say that a deck's price is right depending on how much the person who really wants the deck is willing to pay for it. So if I was willing to pay $444 plus shipping, which is what I paid for it, that is the value of the deck for me, the indie one, not the mass market one. However, if I'm gonna say, oh, I prefer the indie one, this one is better than the indie one, this one is I don't want that, because otherwise people will say, well, thanks for that. I mean, you're showing us the mass market edition and yet you're saying that the indie is better. I don't want you to feel like you might want the indie edition. I'm very happy with this one. The cardstock is phenomenal. You know, it's not edged, but who cares really? I mean, it's details like that. It would have cost them more. So now it's affordable. It's, by the way, it's about 50 Australian dollars. I have no idea what the price in US dollars will be. Sometimes they do mark up a little bit when they sell overseas. The Two of Swords, the Charred Heart. I'm just gonna go slightly quicker now because I don't want the whole video to be about this deck. Look at this Nine of Swords, the Beast. This reminds me of the Never-Ending Story, because Atreyu at a certain point he goes into the Valley of Despair, and after that he ends up in the cave where the monster is hiding, and that looks exactly like that. So I don't know whether that is the exact same reference that inspired Anna and Avalon. But it does inspire me when I look at it. Athena, the Morgan, the Queen of Swords, the Morgan. Yes, awesome. Loving that. Loving that. King Arthur. Super Blood Moon, the Super Blood Moon Eclipse with the Ace of Cups. That's beautiful. Kindred Spirits with the Two of Cups and the Cauldron Sisters. Keanu the Fisherman. Keanu? It doesn't look like Keanu. Anna? Is it Keanu? It doesn't look like Keanu, but I love that it's called Keanu. The Elephant Who Mourns. Yes, that's a beautiful card. That's really a beautiful card. And look at the sky, my goodness, look at the sky. The Farmer and His Wife, the Charlatan, Morgana, Pico Queen and the Elixir of Life, the Lunar Cup. Kuan Yin, this is Belle, right? This is Benabel Wen. Belle, is that you? Come on. It looks so much like her. Lady of the Lake, beautiful. Yemanja, or Yemanya, Poseidon. The Separate Fire. I was actually hoping for Anna to keep this image for the Ace of Wands because it's my favorite Ace of Wands of all time. The serpent that bites its own tail, the Ouroboros, the symbol for continuity but also for infinite time. But it's set on fire because it's a suit of fire. Loving it, love the colors. Flame Bud, Scylla, Three of Wands. The Blessing with the Four of Wands, beautiful. Redwood Challenge. The Sovereign Self, the Blade Witch with the Seven of Wands, Wild Horse with the 8. I love Mustangs. The Green Woman, the Digger, Yansa, beautiful, wow. Hephaestus, Marie-Laveau, wow, okay, Queen of Wands. Ra, Mandrake Spirit and the Skull of the Old One. I love this one. Love this Ace of Pentacles. Don't love the Two of Pentacles. It's a huge ass spider. Why on the Two of Pentacles a huge ass spider? I'm thinking, is that because we're weaving the net? Is that because balance? I don't know. I should read the book. But I am so well aware that I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, so. Oh, whoa. The Lady of Jewels with the Four of Pentacles, my God. Look how powerful this image is. Goodness gracious, okay. Storm Sweat Family, Five of Pentacles. Feed the Birds with the Six of Pentacles, Oakley, and the Sacred Smith, Lady of Flowers, community. Beautiful. Dionysus. Lilith. Woof. Lilith for the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, awesome. Baba Yaga. Yes, there's Baba Yaga. And she's the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not entirely sure that I would see Baba Yaga as a Queen of Pentacles. Do we see Baba Yaga as the Queen of Pentacles? Well, I mean, I'm guessing if we're on Baba Yaga's good books, then she would be nurturing. And she carries, you know what? I know why. Because she carries her house with her. Everywhere she goes, her house sprouts legs, the chicken legs, and walks with her. And so maybe that is a symbol of, having all of your resources at your fingertips. So being resourceful, but also nurturing, I'm guessing, if we can see it that way. It's a weird Baba Yaga with the Queen of Pentacles. Again, next time I will look at the guidebook, I promise. It's just that I'm already talking for 25 minutes here. Otherwise, you guys will be like, another 2 hours video. Really? Have a life. And the Green Man, King of Pentacles. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Highly recommend it. I know already how it reads. Even though obviously I know how the indie reads, so I'm guessing this one will probably have a bit of maybe a slightly different kind of energy and vibes. I can say though, the images are, as always, absolutely fantastic. Loving the book, loving the box, loving everything about this. And it's also because I really convinced myself I succeeded in keeping my expectations low, very low. And when I saw it, I saw that they have it. I was like, I was really happy. So the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot, the Reawakening, is available now. If you're in Australia, in the Blue Angels website. If you're anywhere else, you need to be patient for another couple of weeks. Another deck that I was really stoked to find, because these two are probably some of my favorite writers and illustrators, and the combination of these two together is just the bomb for me. Really love them. So Sunshine Connolly, she's also Australian, and she's the one who wrote the book, who created the deck, the Soul Mirror Oracle, which is also released by Blue Angel. And you guys know how much I love that deck. I use it for very specific readings. When it comes to, I'm using the tarot deck by Arthur Wang, the True Black Tarot and the FME Tarot. But now that I've got this one, because the illustrator is still Odonovan, who's Brazilian, by the way, I'm so excited about this deck. This is called the Soul Reflections Tarot, and it's theoretically been released to be the companion of the Soul Mirror. Where is my kata? It's here. Okay, let me just quickly unwrap this. Here it is. Even the image here, so gorgeous. Again, 2-part box, so very, very, I should say very sturdy, but also good quality, like you can really tell. And there's some gold foil here. I don't know if you can tell, it's a bit everywhere on the image. And again, I'm struggling to find room to put my stuff. The guidebook is this one, so I know that there might be, ooh, that's a chunky monkey too, look at that. Wow, kudos to Blue Angel. Now, I know that there's a few cards that display nudity, and YouTube has become really, I cannot really say it. I can't really say what I think. Okay, let's put it this way. The algorithms are very strict, and they have not been trained. And you would think that with all the years of machine learning, no. So they cannot distinguish from artistic nudity and let's call it non-artistic nudity, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, I'm kind of hoping. The guidebook though, so cool. Welcome, the tarot using the cards, reflection questions, card meanings, of course, about the author, about the artist. I like it when they write something about the artist as well, because they don't always do that, and I do appreciate that. So, wow, okay, I am going to spend a lot more time on this when I do have time, but today we need to move on. So obviously, really good book though, really good. Let's say, just to show you one example of the minors, because that's the one that sometimes doesn't necessarily show you as much as they should. So we got a thumbprint of the card, 8 of Cups, release what no longer serves you and embark on a transformative journey. Letting go, moving on, transition, abandonment, release, discontentment and detachment. I like that they put discontentment as well. It is associated to the 8 of Cups. Not many read it that way. I guess I don't. But I'm not opposed to reading it that way. And it's not a matter of upright or reverse. There could be, sometimes people move away from something because they are not necessarily happy about having to move on. So there is that component of discontent. And then it does give it a possibility to read it in reverse. It gives you also reflections, a couple of pages here. Wow. Reversed, it says find closure and move towards greater fulfillment. Fear of change, resistance, stagnation, attachment, avoidance, repression. 100% spot on. And then reflection, and then it moves on to the 9 of Cups. Spot on. Really happy about it. Yeah. Don't know where to put all this stuff, so I'm hoping if you hear a noise, it's just everything is falling down. It's a tower moment there. Okay, let me just open it again. Really sturdy inside sleeve. It says here, you are the seer and the seen. Wow, amazing. And belly band again, really thick. This one it feels really thick. A first impression. It is. Oh goodness. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's very thick. Still very flexible. The bounce is really good, as you can see. So nothing to say about that. Nothing. It's fine. I'm very happy about this deck as well. Okay, so this one reminds me a little bit of the Saint Soleil. You know the Saint Soleil tarot? They actually, I think that they copyrighted the keywords tarot, the concept of putting keywords on the card. So they actually copyrighted that, which no one thought about it before. Anyway, so it does remind me of that, because we do have, I don't know if you can see here because it's tiny really, but we do have keywords for the upright, and then if you turn it, there's keywords for the reversed meaning as well. So it is pretty cool. I'm looking at the cards. Let me just zoom back in. I'm hoping that there's enough light for you guys to see the images. They are a bit on the darker side, but let's move on. The Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. Oh, so beautiful. Such a beautiful kimono. And a coral. Is that a coral snake? I think it's a coral snake. And the Emperor. And the Hierophant. I'm loving these Japanese kimono style clothes. And the Lovers. And the Chariot, really beautiful. Really gorgeous. Oh my goodness, sorry. So this is the Chariot, okay. I would probably prefer a bit of a sense of movement in the Chariot, but then again, I'm perfectly fine with this. The Strength card, look at how beautiful. Sorry, I was just, what the hell is going on with this card? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna show you. See here, I don't know if you can see, but basically the character here is still opening, she has her mouth in the lower jaw of the lioness. So there is a little bit of a wink to the traditional depiction of this card, in which they're trying to pry open the mouth of the lion. But this one is a lot softer, less impactful, let's say. Still beautiful. The Hermit and the Wheel. Lots of snakes here. Oof, look at this Justice card. So beautiful, really gorgeous. And the Hanged One and Death. Oh my god, I hope you guys can see it. It is dark, okay, but through the lens you could probably see it a lot more than I can, even though I'm wearing glasses. Really gorgeous, really gorgeous. I love the rusted color here at the bottom. Oof, look at the Temperance card. Wow, that's really gorgeous. Oh my god, look at the Devil. Look at the Devil. I think these are two... I can't see. Okay, I think it's two people inside the emptiness of the face of the Devil. I will have to look. Beautiful tower. Gorgeous star card. Sorry, I'm not stopping too much because of nudity. That's YouTube these days, guys. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if you saw the post by Marine from the Waves of Your Soul. Even the Gentle Tarot has been flagged as nudity. And I mean, technically, yeah, there's nudity, but it's not weaponized. It's not. I mean, really. You know, guys, can I just say something? When I was in my 20s, I actually went to a nudist beach. Ooh. It was a mistake, like I wouldn't have gone. But once I was there, I didn't get out. Okay, I'm so sorry I'm giggly today. It's just that I'm really happy that I found that deck. So imagine going to a nudist beach to now you can not even the Gentle Tarot. We cannot even show the Gentle Tarot. I mean, seriously. Ah, gosh. Okay, the Sun, Judgment card, and the World, Ace of Cups. Yes, it's fully scenic. Two of Cups, beautiful. Oh, with the braids are actually intertwined. Really loving this. And the Three of Cups. Wow. Wow. Four of Cups, loving this expression on the face of the... Oh, wow, look at the Five of Cups. Six. I'm sorry, I'm just showing all the cards and that was not my intention. Because otherwise this video would just go on and on and on. And there's a few other things that I wanted to show you. Okay, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. That's a really, really beautiful Ten of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. And the Knight of Pentacles, the King. So I'm fascinated by this idea that the King is looking away from us. There could be something there. Yes, I think I got it. Kings should not be swayed. Kings should not be affected by the population. If they have a task, they need to carry out that task without being, not even compassion should change their mind because they have a role and need to follow that. So maybe there's something there. Okay, the Three of Swords is the usual. I'm just gonna go on. Four of Swords, Five, beautiful Six as always. Eight, really, there's so much strength in these characters though. Oof, 10. Okay, let me just quickly go to the Queen. Okay, the Queen is a bit peepish. That's a pity. I do like that there's a butterfly here. I don't know if you can see that. And there's a very peepish King as well, which is odd because... Oh, these are the backs, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to point them out. And they're really gorgeous. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Well, it is for me. Okay. Three of Wands. Beautiful. 4, 5. See, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I am liking it. It's such a pity that my significator, the Queen of Swords, will be very peepish as a card. Also very similar to the King, which is not the case. See, I would have loved... Okay, show me the back of the head of a Queen of Swords, at least. And that's a King. Beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really love it, and I cannot wait to use it, probably with the soul mirror. So let me just put it back quickly in the box. I was so happy to be able to find these decks, because that was the entire reason why I was actually going today to the Mind Body Spirit Festival. It's been, I don't know why, I've talked to a few stall holders there, and they confirm my impression. It's getting smaller and smaller every year. There's a lot more people that who it's lovely to see them there, but they have nothing to, I mean, I understand cacao being there, ceremonial cacao being there, fine, but you know, there was a guy producing wine, and it just stood out like a sore thumb. And no matter how you dress it up, it just didn't feel like it belonged. And there were a lot of stalls of, you know, I understand when it's selling crystals, but when it's a machine to purify water, then it makes me feel like, I don't know, I don't know. It's none of my business, of course, and but it is getting smaller every year. I was talking to someone, and they were saying that the prices for a stall are crazy. I mean, it is Sydney. I mean, it's Sydney. Sydney is expensive. But they want, I believe, for a medium size, they want something like $7,000-8,000 for 4 days, if not more. A smaller one was about $3,000-4,000 for 4 days. So it's a lot of money, as you can imagine, and not everyone can afford that. So I'm imagining not all the stalls get rented out. Today I saw many not rented out, like literally just empty. And because of that, probably that's why they extended the offer to be there to businesses that are not necessarily in this industry. That is, I don't know, that was my impression. It made me a little bit sad. It was a little bit disappointing, I have to say, even though of course I found these decks and that makes me incredibly happy. But at the same time, there was a lot of people complaining. I know these people, I've been going there for years. I've been telling that they know about my channel, they watch my videos, etc. And from all of them I received exactly the same response. They won't come back next year because it's just too expensive. They don't sell enough to recuperate the money, and they do have online stores that obviously they sell through those stores online, and it's just more convenient. So there might be some change in the air. It's a pity though. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you a couple of decks that I bought because I did not have them, and because it feels like they really pertain to a Tarot Oracle haul in Spooktober. So the first one is the Magick of You Oracle by Fiona Horn, and this one has got some really powerful images. At the rock pool stand, you always have the possibility to have a look at all of the decks. They literally open all of the decks, and they open them up for you in order to sample the cards and see if you like it or not, if it resonates or not, etc. And that was really good. And so I was able to look at the images of this one. I kind of knew it, sort of, because I know of people that have this deck, and it looks really cool. It looks like one of those decks that I would like and appreciate. So these are the backs, by the way. It is from a couple of years ago, and it's not new. They did have new decks, but I always buy them anyway. And if I may just say one thing, they were expensive. Usually, it is always convenient to buy rock pool decks at the rock pool stand in these festivals, because obviously being them the publishers, you know, they don't have to pay for distribution and so on and so forth. And so they sell them at the price that you will buy them because they are convenient. These were more expensive than a bookstore. Yeah, I actually double checked. So at the end of the day, it was not convenient for me to buy them. I did buy these 3 because the older decks were discounted. So I bought 3 for $60, which was great. It actually is convenient. But the new ones were about $75 for 3, or even, you know, $40 for 1, which is more Australian dollars, which is more than what a reseller is selling these for. Wow, woof, really powerful, by the way. Sorry, I'm just gonna go through the cards like that. Loving this. I cannot wait to use it. There's a deck that I have in mind, Madame Lydia Wilhelmina, which, by the way, Bethelyn has said that on October 31st, she's going to launch a Kickstarter for the 3rd edition of the Madame Lydia Tarot. So if you want it, and I can never afford it because sometimes it sells for millions, wait for the Kickstarter campaign because you'll be able to get it. So the Magick of You, really interesting, very much looking forward to using it. This one is completely new. I had no idea. So this one, no, it's new to me. Sorry, it's not a new deck. It's new to me. So this is the Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, illustrated by Kinga Britschke. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. And I am so excited about this one because, for what I understand, for the research that I could do, it actually deals with monsters. You know, deep, dark and dangerous, basically. I saw one of the cards was the Kraken or the Kraken. And I'm very excited about that card. So let's have a look, because let's face it, I mean, this month of Spooktober, it's all about the monsters. Really nice texture. It looks like a snake skin texture. I don't know if I can... There you go. You probably can't see it if I do it like this. You can see it here. Really cool. Very good idea, by the way. Really brilliant. And okay, the usual guidebook. So we got all of the information here. There is also this snake skin texture on the pages of the guidebook as well. The reason why I bought this deck is not only because it's about monsters, which is, you know, let's face it, a theme of the month, but also because I'm kind of wanting to, I don't know if it's too dark, but I wanted to pair a deck with the Somnia Tarot by Nicholas Bruno, which is, by the way, shipping. So my copy of the deck, the latest one that was launched in a Kickstarter campaign, is on its way to me. So I'm really hoping that I'll be able to... Oh, wow, look how beautiful this is. My God. So I'm really hoping to receive it before the end of October, so I'll be able to show it to you within all of these videos about Spooktober, scary decks and stuff like that. And I was thinking about pairing... Oh, wow. Sorry. Did not expect this. Okay. So the Minotaur with Compassion. Really? Maybe. I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily remember the ending of the story, so maybe compassion is the key here. So yeah, I really want to use it with that deck. I do eventually have the older version of the Somnia Tarot, so it's fine, even if I don't receive it. But you know, I should. I mean, we're at the beginning of October, it just shipped out, so I'm hoping 3.5 weeks maybe we'll be here. I don't know. Oof, wow, Mirror Fetch. By the way, very, Shilana Gig, okay, yep, absolutely. Really powerful cards, Valkyria. Medusa, of course, the Gorgon with Injustice. Mischief with Puka. Wow, oh, love the backs as well. I'm really looking forward to use this deck. It feels very, how should I say this, pregnant with darkness and meaning. So I'm really looking forward to using it. And last, no, it's not the last one. Sorry, we got 2 more. Apologies for that. I also bought this one. I kind of kicked myself. I never bought this. I couldn't. I have a thing for something that is in the images. You'll see when I show you. Let me just quickly unwrap it. So this is the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot by Travis McHenry. Loving his Magician, Martyrs and Madmen Tarot. Probably one of my favorite ones of all time because of the theme, but also, you know, because of the illustrations. This one opens like that, which is pretty cool. Bosch was an illustrator of the absurd. Basically, it was an illustrator of something surreal, but also, you know, you see a lot of version of the Dante's Inferno illustrated by Bosch, because I think that was, you know, the way in which an artist completely understood the weirdness, the grotesque, the scary, the creepy, the gross of what Dante was describing in the Inferno, in the hell part of the Divine Comedy. And so you do see a lot of representation of Dante's Inferno done by Bosch. This one, wow, I mean, look, it's gorgeous. I mean, opening it up like that, it's gorgeous. I know, it's a gorgeous deck, I know. So, Guidebook, yep. Happy about that, really happy about that. I seem to remember there's a lot of people that told me that it's not your traditional deck, and I'm kind of seeing it now. I don't even know. I will probably have to study the deck. So I'm imagining there are 22 majors, and then it looks like we only have aces. Okay, so we do have suits, lots of suits. Berries, birds, skates, swords, vessels, books, coins, 7 deadly sin. With the association, chemical associations, so earth, air, water, metal, matter and fire. There you go. The swords are associated with metal and fire. Like the, well, not metal and fire, just fire, but in the Jake Badley Tarot, swords are associated with fire. Vessels with water, earth and air, books, awesome. Coins with metal, 7 deadly sins with fire. And then there's the court cards, page, knight, baron, prince or princess, queen, king, ace. Okay, yeah, different system, totally different system. Loving the book. Look at the bottom here, you got these drawings. I love the presentation, really nailing it, fantastic. So the question I will have to answer sooner or later. This is already borrowed, by the way. It's okay, it was so cheap. It's alright, it's fine. I will have to answer that question, I'm guessing, sooner or later. There is something that it's making me a bit uncomfortable in this deck. So my friends and I, let me just zoom back in. My friends and I call this deck the but deck. There's so many buts in here, and I know that it doesn't look like it because obviously from Murphy's Law now there's no buts at all. There's a but there. I don't know. There's a lot of buts. This is the but deck, and there's another but. Yeah, so I kind of feel like I have to look away. I don't know, it's just, you know, there's a lot of people that don't resonate with one deck or another. It's fine. I mean, it's very personal, obviously, but and it's actually kind of whimsical, you know what I mean? It is whimsical because of all these illustrations being so weird. It's a bit whimsical, and there's bats everywhere. It does remind me, it reminds me a little bit of like a saucier version of Odilon Redon work, and so I'm thinking I may have wanted to pair it up with Lenoir from Odilon Redon or something like that, because it does look like that would pair nicely, or even, you know, seeing it like sorry, I can't with the butts. I can't. I'm also thinking maybe what's the other, oh geez, okay, Lacrimosa Tarot with the images that look like Caravaggio paintings. I'm thinking something like that. I don't necessarily know whether I want to use this deck as a tarot deck or an oracle deck. I don't even know if I want to use... Why don't I insist with the butt? I know that it was... Oh my god, is this a thief? So I get it. It's a medieval deck and there were a lot of butts in the Middle Ages. I don't know what to say. It's a butt deck. Come on. Okay, jokes aside, I bow to the genius of Travis McHenry. His decks are always incredibly interesting. Nice gilding, by the way. And if I can bring myself not to focus too much on the butt, then I will probably be able to use it. However, my question is for you. How do you use this deck? Do you use it as a tarot deck with, you know, a different system? Do you use it as an oracle deck? Do you not use it? Because, you know, that's okay too. That's still okay. As I said, loving the presentation here. Really loving this kind of French doors box. And the book is here. So let me just put everything in such a way that I can close it. So something else that I wanted to show you, because you guys know me and I always try and promote small businesses. So unfortunately there were not a lot of people like indie creators like a few years ago, but I was able to spot one and buy her deck. So this is the deck that I bought, Romance Yourself Self-Care Cards, 44 cards to empower you to love yourself fiercely. And the author, Oracle card, so this one, she actually gave me this, Emma. So Emma was also doing readings. So if you're in Sydney, you're going to the Man by the Spirit, you might check her out. She had a list and she was really busy. I was very sorry because I had to step in front of a person that had signed their name down, put their name down for a reading. I said, I don't want a reading, I just want to buy the deck. I'm going to be really quick. I'm sorry about, stopping the line basically. And I didn't even have time to explain to Emma, look, I have a YouTube channel. I didn't have time. Emma, if you're watching, I was really, really impressed by your deck. Really impressed. So that's why I bought it. And let me just show it to everyone here, and hopefully I didn't even have time to ask her if she ships overseas. I was so busy. Really cool, liking the box as well, and it's a collage deck, but it's a really, how should I say this? You guys might remember that I actually promised myself I would not have bought any more collages because there's so many out there, but when I see something that works, it works. So I will just break my rules because rules are there to be broken. And I'm just loving this one. And it's also the messages on the cards are really uplifting. Get your mermaid on, lovely, and take yourself for a glorious swim. Whether or not you like to bake, life is short, so eat more cake. You know what I mean? This one was one of the cards that I was able to see in the sample, and I just really loved it. And I thought it was absolutely brilliant. In any case, what I will do, I will put Emma's website in the description box below, just in case you guys want to get in touch with her to buy her deck. As I said, I cannot confirm that she will ship overseas. I have no idea because there was no time to talk about it. Look how beautiful this card is. Date yourself, you dazzling star. Take your sexy self to the cinema. I might. There's a couple of movies that I really wanted to watch and I missed them out. Caught Stealing with Oslin Butler. Okay, stayed at the movies for like 2 weeks. Anyway, so I really want to watch it if I find it. And also, we watched The Conjuring last Sunday. It doesn't hold up. I don't know why. It doesn't really hold up. I love Vera Farmiga. She's one of my favorite, and Patrick Wilson. And those two, they really love horror movies because they're always, like I watched Insidious the other day with a much younger Patrick Wilson. Love that movie. I'm going to watch the sequel. I know that there's a sequel. I'm going to watch it. This is the other card that convinced me to get this deck. This looks 1000% like my mum. She had blonde hair, but she looks exactly like that. And as a matter of fact, I have a photo of her not sitting cross-legged, but sitting, you know, sunbaking and with her eyes closed and her chin up. Looks exactly like her. And so I fell for this card, obviously. And also this one with all the books. So absolutely amazing, loving this deck. I'm thinking about using it probably with the Boadicea tarot. It feels like they would pair nicely together. So really, really cool. And then I did not buy any other deck, but they gave me a lot of samples. And I was like, well, I'm no one to say no to samples, duh. So Dusk, which is a company that makes lots and lots of really cool candles. Actually, this one here, but okay, I'll show you this one. I have like 5 or 6. This one is from Dusk. See how cute this is? It's really cute. Sorry. And also another one that it's really hot right now, but I will try and show you. This one here is from Dusk. I don't want to spill. Okay. One day we'll show you, but it's really cool because it's got all of the pumpkins decorations on the side. And also these ones that I cannot remove, sorry. This one is from Dusk. Really gorgeous skull. Let me just lift it. It's so heavy. Eee, look at it. I just love my skulls. Really cool. Really, really cool. So this is from Dusk. I don't know whether it's an international company. I know that they do have a very good Australian distribution. They gave me the rose quartz. It's a scent. It's a scent, like it's a spreadable kind of lotion kind of scent. So the rose quartz with almond, honey, and rose, and the air, because I told them I'm an air sign, with the cloud forest and ozone. And let me just open it. So I have no idea. I have to remove it. It doesn't come off. It doesn't come off. Okay. Oh no, it's not a scent, it's a candle. Well, it makes sense. It's a candle company. Okay. Wow. Really nice. Really, really nice. And the Aquarius. I get why they would call it air. This is a person that is not an air sign deciding what to pick for an air sign. You know what I mean? Is the equivalent of someone who's not an air sign having to draw the minors, the suit of air in a minors in a tarot deck when they're not an air sign, and they're like, we'll just do it the best way we can, but we're not gonna put too much into it. This is the same. I like it though. I like it. It's okay. And you know what? Freebies. Can't say no to freebies. And then something that I was actually hesitating because I'm not entirely sure, because I don't know whether it's a hand cream or a face cream. I cannot use hand creams. I don't care, because even if I do have some reaction, so be it, it's on my hands. But I'm extremely careful about putting anything on my face, because I've had some really bad experiences with lotions. Oh, you should try this. It's completely natural. Yeah. The rash was completely natural as well. So Australia made and own 100 grams. Water-based, this is called the wet stuff. Water-based personal lubricant. It's not the face lotion. Okay, I swear I had no idea. Right. Sure. Delicious and fun. Okay. I promise I had no idea. Okay, let's just open, remove cap, pierce, seal, replace cap. Okay. There you go. Okay, so replace cap, and just smell. Let's just put a little bit of my. Okay. So. Oh, it does smell like peach. It does smell like peach. Okay, well, that was a bit embarrassing, but you know, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be embarrassing. But they were just giving it out. I thought it was. I honestly, I thought, I thought it was a lotion. Sure, it's very soft. It's very soft. I kid you not. Peach, and it does smell like peach. Was that it? Yeah, I think we talked we talked a lot. We talked about everything that I acquired today. So I'm very happy about my haul because of a few decks. So all of them really. I'm always happy when I buy a deck. I'm always happy. Even if it's an older deck, it doesn't matter. But I was very, very stoked about being able to find the Bonestone and Earthflesh and the Soul Reflections Tarot. I'm very excited to start using it. It's also because the Soul Reflections Tarot is part of Spooktober for me. It is a slightly darker deck. The Bonestone is not. So I might actually wait a couple of months to start using it. But the Deep, Dark and Dangerous and the Magick of You Oracle, and also, you know, let's face it, the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot. It's all about weirdness, and that is part of Spooktober, so I'm kind of happy with that. So, well, that was it for today. Apologies for the giggles, the continuous giggles, but it's, I don't know. It is what it is. Sometimes I'm like this. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.